Okay, welcome to the final video on Pig Latin. I'm going to show you now how to apply the rules. Let's just refresh what the rules are. Rule 1, if it starts with TH, CH, SH, PH, WH, or QU, you're going to, this would be the word, and then this would be the pig word. You take the first two letters off the front, move them to the back, and add AY. So phone would become onfe, and quit would become itque. So let's take a look at rule 2. If it starts with a vowel, you just, ocean would become ocean A. You just stick AY at the end. And then rule 3, you have to just move the first letter of the word to the end and add AY. So car would become RK, bus would become usbe, train would become rainte. So let's move on up here and talk about how to apply the rules. So let's do rule 2 first because it's the easiest. And that's the one with the vowels, A, E, I, O, U. All right, so what do we have? We have a word, and our word, I'm just going to pick a word. Let's say it's awe, A-W-E, with a null character. And then we have an array called 2 that has the first two letters in it. And then we have an array called 1 that has the first letter in it. And then we have an array called pig, which has nothing in it yet. So the steps to create the pig word for rule 2, all we need to do is copy from the word into pig, which would be AWE. And then we need to put AY at the end. All right, so let's talk about the code to do that. All right, so the code to do that, the code to copy the word from word into pig, use the string member function string copy, strcpy, and it takes the destination is the first argument, which is the array pig, and the source is the second argument. So this would be the instruction to take the word and make a copy. And then to put AY at the end, you use strcat, which is string cat. Onto the end of the word pig, you would put AY. And then string cat would just take care of putting the null character at the end. So that's how you would do rule 2. So now let's talk about how we would do rule 1. Okay, so let's refresh what we have. We have our word, which is what, with a null character at the end. We have this array called 2, which has the first two letters in it, and the null character. We have this array called 1, and if you notice in the last example, we did not use the 2 or the 1 array, but that's okay. We have them just in case. And then we have pig, which is empty. Okay, so the procedure is to copy from the word into pig the AT, then the next step would be to add the WH, and then the last step would be to put the AY at the end. And if you can't see that very well, I'll put it over here. We would have the AT, the WH, the AY, and the null character. All right, so how do we go about doing that? Well, let's see. All right, so the first thing is we have this empty array called pig, and we have this word what, and what we need to do is we need to copy from this location right here. So this location is word at index 2. That's where the A starts, and that's where it is. And right here, we have a pointer that actually is the address of word at index 2. And the address of word at index 2 is actually the beginning of a string. So where word is the beginning of the string from the start, address of word at index 2 is also a string. So to do this step right here, we would just do string copy into pig address of word at index 2. So it's going to take the string that starts from address of word at index 2 and copy all those characters up to the null character and including the null character. So that is this step right here. Then the next step, we just use string cat to concatenate the WH. So we would do strcat onto pig, the array called 2, and then we would string cat onto pig, the AY. So that's how we would do rule number, oh, I didn't put the rule number 1. We would just take, starting from address of word at index 2 and copying it onto pig. Then we would concatenate the array 2, and then we would concatenate AY at the end. And as you can see, if you do this for rule 1, you can do the same thing for rule 2, only starting at a different location, only starting right here and concatenating this one and then concatenating the AY. But I will go through the steps and show it to you. So here we have rule 2. So let's talk about the words we have. We have car. We have 2, which we're not going to use in this case, but I'm listing them all just because this is what we have. We have 1, which we are going to use. And we have pig, which has nothing. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put from word the A and the R into pig. Then we want to, from the 1 array, we want to stick the C at the end. And then we want to concatenate the AY. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the code to do that. So the first thing, remember, just like the other one, only instead of starting at word at index 2, we start at word at index 1. So right here is going to be the address of word at index 1. So we're going to string copy into pig from the address of word at index 1. And that's going to create this right here. Then we will string cat onto the end of pig this array right here called 1. And that will put the C there and the null character. And then we will string cat onto the end of that, strcat, onto pig, the AY. Okay, so I hope this helps you understand more about string member functions, string copy, string cat, and this should be strcat. This is S-T-R-C-A-T. Okay, and I hope this helps you to understand that. Thank you.